Nation. Thank you so much for joining us for a very exciting episode. We have a recruit. We have a commit. We're bringing you class of 2023 commit, and we're gonna try it. All right, we're gonna do Obadiah Obasuyi. You know what? We're just gonna call him Obi. How about that? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So let's jump right into it. So you're an offensive tackle. From everything I've seen on your recruiting profiles, you're playing right tackle. I think is that right?
I am.
Okay. Is that the plan moving forward, or you just got to get into the program and see wherever you plan out, or have they told you anything about that during your recruiting visit?
I mean, it's the thing when you play on the offensive line, and me being 6'7", it kind of restricts me to left tackle, right tackle. But
correct. Yep.
I'm in to play anything. I mean, if they decide that I'm a center, then they decide I'm a center. But I don't think that's probably going to happen. Yeah.
You just want to get on the field and make a contribution, right?
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So let's talk about your size. So you're 6'7". I'm reading somewhere 280 to 285, 288, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Right now, I'm sitting about 292, 293 right now.
All right. So putting on some weight. All right.
Yep. It's going good.
All right. Good. So let's talk about your recruitment a little bit. When I was looking at your profile, you had a lot of offers from P5 schools. You had offers from SEC schools, Big Ten, ACC, and you're just right outside of Atlanta. If I
yes, sir. Right in Alpharetta.
Yep. Yep. So just north of Hotlanta. So you were right in Georgia Tech's back was one of your offers.
It was.
But you ended up at State. So talk us a little bit through your recruitment process. How did you come about, getting on NC State's radar? Who recruited you? Those type of things.
So with me, it was kind of weird. Like my recruitment is probably not like a lot of people's, to where I was playing at the high school I've been at since I was a freshman, Raven Gap, and it's up in North Georgia. We played in the North Carolina League, though, in the private league. And from freshman year to about all the way through my junior year, half my junior year, I was a defensive end. And I was sitting about six. I was always a basketball player my whole life, but football I first tried it when I was a freshman. And when I got through my whole about halfway through my junior year, the coaches there decided to switch me from defensive end to an offensive tackle just with my size. And instead of me getting any play time, they basically said, "Hey, you're just gonna not play this season, and we'll switch you to next year." And I was like, "No, I can't do that." So that's when I made the switch to Alpharetta. And I was not. I mean, this is the thing. My film wasn't great because the little bit of offensive line play I had was about 2 months of that, me trying to learn it myself, and I didn't have much training.
Sure.
I was pretty raw, and I got down here in Alpharetta, and I met a trainer named Willie Anderson, and he played for the Bengals for about 15 years, and great guy. And
I know that name. Yeah,
and he basically, he told me straight off the bat, he was like, "You're not good." He's like, "But I'm gonna get you good." He's like, "I'm gonna get you good." And we did. We worked for about 5 months, every single week, about 3 times a week, and we got it in. And he really transformed me into the offensive lineman I am today. And guys, coaches are seeing that, oh, this dude's 6'7", 285 pounds, and he's not big. He's actually moving. And at first you're like, but his film's not good, so maybe he's just a big guy that can't do nothing. And I basically, they're like, okay, we're going to see you at spring. And that's basically how it went. And my first spring there, there's about 30 coaches there, Coach Garrison being one of them. And I put on, I think, a very good practice because I got out of there with about 7 offers. I only had one at the time. And Coach Garrison was not one of them. He was staying in touch with me every single day almost, and he really enjoyed me. But they weren't ready to make that jump yet. And I came up to how I got to NC State. I was going on a visit actually to Duke, and I called up. Yes, it is. That was one of your offers, I called up to Coach Garrison. I was like, I really want to see NC State. I know you haven't offered me and stuff like that. I just really want to see it. And he's like, come on. They were on break, and they just basically made a whole visit for me.
That's awesome.
It was Coach Garrison. It was Coach Sanders, and it was like we were all just up there, and I was with the offensive coordinator as well, and they were not going.
Yep.
Yeah, they were not going to offer me, and by the end of it, they were like, "Okay, we don't need to see anything else. We're gonna offer you." They liked my character, they said, and they didn't want to lose me to a team like Duke, and that's no disrespect to them, but it's just not. It's just not NC State. And
no, of course.
It was the reason I did pick it was because location was a big thing for me. I don't want to be all the way across the country in California where I'm without any family, stuff like that. And then NC State was kind of like that happy medium because I also didn't want to be like right next to home, which is like Georgia Tech, which is like 20 minutes down the road. And with that, I just basically decided that NC State was a 50-minute flight for my mom and for my dad and for them to get down there. And then it was also not that far of a drive for me if I wanted to just come down. And that was a big thing. And then the next thing was the coaches. And this whole recruiting experience, again, I've only been in this thing for about 2 months. I was only in it for like 2 months. I got out of it quick. I wasn't here to like get all the talk about me. I was here to get in and I was in to get out, and that's it. And I was just trying to find a program, and talking to all these coaches, you kind of realize that they're like car salesmen a little bit. And it's their job. It's their job. It's not anything against them. It's their job. And that was the difference between NC State and Coach Garrison. Coach Garrison was probably the most genuine guy I've seen on this entire experience. Like the most medium people.
Well, it definitely it definitely sounds that way because you controlled the narrative to this whole thing, right? Like, you exchange business cards, for lack of a better term, when they were down there in Georgia checking you out in person, and then you just like you took a shot. You're like, you know what? If they say yes, I'll stop in. We'll see what's up. If not, we just keep moving on, right? It's not personal, it's business, kind of like you said. I'm curious though, when you were on campus, did you meet with any of the players? Did they walk you around? Did you tour the campus, or were you pretty much just at the facility and just did your thing?
Just at the facility, and everybody was on break, so nobody was here. It was just they just kind of made it out of the blue. It was like they really just did that for me real quick, and they didn't have to do it again, but they did. And I love that they did because now I'm part of the Wolfpack, and it was just like I didn't meet any players, but I did meet a good few on my official visit though. Okay. On my official, I did actually get to have that true experience of touring the campus.
Well, you say you're very raw. You've only been doing this now, about a year or so, maybe a year and a half, I guess, right? You since you made the conversion. Yeah. So the one thing, you said, maybe my tape doesn't look good or whatever, but you alluded to it, right? Your size, right? The one thing they always say, you can't teach size. Well, we can get you in, we can get your technique down. But we don't have the ability in our strength and training program to make you taller. So, or they can add weight, they can add muscle, but they can't make you taller. So, that's I think the one great thing that NC State really does. The coaching, like they have a really good keen eye, and our development program is second to none. Once you get in, have you met Coach Thunder yet?
I did. That's quite the man right there. I don't even know how to explain it more than that's Coach Thunder.
So you'll get in that Body by Thunder program, and they're going to make you look like Thor when it's all said and done, right?
A whole different man.
I've been a State fan for a long time, and I always enjoy watching the Body by Thunder photos when they take the side by side shots, like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, and it's a complete transformation. And they take 2 stars and make them first round picks. So, I have no doubt that they're going to be able to do the same with you. But some of the things that when you talk to the coaches and you left campus, what are some of the things that they said you kind of need to work on to get better before you show up?
It was just working every day. The thing that they knew that I was raw, but the thing that they loved is that when they saw my film and they saw me in spring, they're like, these are 2 different people. Mm-hmm. Because spring, that was 5 months of me already having worked with Big Willie. And they're like, if you've already done this in 5 months, because I was so used to, defensive linemen, we're so used to attacking the ball. Yeah. And it's like a whole different getting upfield. Now I'm stopping the dude coming upfield to me, and it's a whole different mindset you have to also take on. But it's just going to be learning every day. That's the craft. Like offensive line, I'll say it's probably one of the most technical positions on the field. Yeah. And you're basically going to just be increasing your skill and just mastering your craft. That's what you're going to be doing.
Is it safe to say you're probably a better run blocker at this point than a pass blocker, or I mean, I don't want to say you're short, but just be based on your time at the position.
I'll say that I'm more. I'll say that since I didn't have a pass block. You'll say that even like 5 months ago, I did not have one. But
gotcha.
I've definitely learned how to pass block, and I've definitely became way 20 times better in that department. But run blocking, that's just a different kind of intensity right there. That's just dominating your opponent.
Yeah, that's just right?
I'm pretty good at that, I'll say.
Yeah. Oh, looking at your size and your tape, what I've seen, yeah, we're not going to worry about that. I mean, we kind of joked earlier about your name a little bit because, it's African and I can't do it. And,
you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Oh, I'm sure. And I don't look. My name's pretty easy, and it makes me mad when people butcher it. So I didn't want to disrespect you in that manner. But you did mention before we got on air that you're from Nigerian, background, yes. Nigerian heritage, and we kind of joked about, well, you could be the next one, right? We just sent Icky off into the first round with the Carolina Panthers. So
some big shoes to fill right there.
Well, I mean, you probably about the same shoe size. He was a big boy too,
he is.
Literally, but figuratively. Have you talked to him at all or anything? Like reached out
on
to
Insta,
him?
He reached out to me when I committed, and he was like,
very cool.
He's like, first off, you're wearing my number, like, because I'm number 79.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, because it's funny you say that. I was like, I had to double take because on your Twitter, I was like, that's not Icky.
That's not
but
Icky.
But your sizes are very
and
similar.
That's what Coach Garrison, he was kind of just staring at me when I was taking my pictures because I was in the jersey, and he's like, this guy looks so much like freshman Icky. It's like he just kept saying it, and you know what? He was a monster. He was truly a monster, and that's just the kind of guy he was. And it's just watching his film was incredible. Like what he could do to his opponent and the way that he did it. Yeah. It's amazing. But I also like to say that I think us Nigerians have a little bit of an edge on the field. It's just I don't want to do any speculation, but our genetics might be a little bit different. I don't know.
I mean, if you take it way back, say I'm an old guy. Yeah. I'm in my mid 40s, but you remember the original Christian Okoye, right? The Nigerian Nightmare. Yeah. So I mean, it started with him, and then I'm sure the lineage just keeps, progressing. So maybe you're the next one in that line here in a few years. But the one thing, let me ask you this: are you excited to start getting some syrup bottles? Do you know about that?
Oh yeah, he explained that to me. I mean, us linemen, we don't have a lot of stats, but we got something. We got one thing.
Yeah.
We might not get our name called on the field, but it shows up in the film room. It does. It truly does.
I'll definitely be looking for that Instagram post when you get.
It's gonna be coming up. It's gonna be coming up quick.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of your recruits in this recruiting class cycle. Have many reached out to you? Have you?
We've all
building any relationships there?
We've all gotten together, talking. We have group chats and stuff like that. I've met actually a couple in person. I have one at my old school. He's a little bit of he's not a rival, but they did just beat us in the state championship. So that was
who's that?
Zach. You know Zachary? Yeah, Zachary Myers.
Yep. We had him.
Basically, he was on Cry School, and I was on Raven Gap, and they didn't beat us in the state championship. Let me switch that up. But that was a big rivalry right there. We beat them once, and every game it's a hard game right there. But so me and him already knew each other a good bit, but getting to know a lot of the other crews was pretty good in the last couple of weeks.
Awesome. So let's talk about enrolling. Are you going to be an early enrollee, or are you going to finish out your full school year?
I'm trying to get up there on campus as quick as I can. That's what I'm trying to do.
Cool. Very cool. Let's talk about your personal life, like your hobbies. Like what other than football? I know that's a big part of your life, but what other things are you into? Like when you got some downtime.
Before we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flightland's Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flightland's Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flightlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flightlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
Coach Garrison can say this right here. I'm pretty good at ping pong. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, we got a couple games in. Basketball is a huge thing for me. I'm basically a basketball kid. I played basketball since I was 4 years old.
Yeah, makes
all the way until this year. Oh yeah. Once I started like getting a little bit too wide, it was a little bit more difficult to move around that court. Mm-hmm. But it was those are two big things for me. I love history. Cool. I love history and just studying like even mythology and all of that, and just building my knowledge every day. Like I'm always on podcasts that have anything that's just like psychology based or history based, and I'm always watching those, just trying to engage in something just to like further my knowledge and stuff.
Is that something you might consider majoring in, or are you still too early in the ball game to figure that out?
So my major is probably going to be, so if you would have asked me 7 years ago, I could have told you off the bat that I'm going to be a doctor. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a doctor. Okay. Cause I was like, you know what? That's just what I want to do. But then my hands got a little bit too big and I was like, I'm going to hurt somebody. So I'm not going to do that. And then I started thinking like, okay, I like arguing with people, and I like history. So why not be a lawyer? So it's just like those two things. And this year, truly like taking a good bit of college classes. I took a lot of APs and stuff like that. It was, I did not want to do that. I did not want to go to school for another 4 years. And I just couldn't see myself doing that. So a thing that I think that I truly love is talking and communicating with people. And then also I love sports. I love sports. Like sports, I think, has built the culture of America if we want to really go into it. And I'm thinking about majoring in psychology with a minor in anthropology and communications. Yeah.
Ooh, man, you're not playing around.
I mean, when you have a Nigerian dad and a mom from Brooklyn who has about, I don't even know how many colleges she went to. She went to Clemson. She went to Bernal. She went to all these places. And let's just say schooling is pretty big. Yeah. So I mean, I've never gotten a B like in a class. Like it's just that's what I've just been. So there's no other choice but to do that.
Yeah. So you definitely sound like a driven individual, right? Like you, so I have a 13-year-old son, and my daughter's in her 20s, and most people your age don't speak the way you speak. Like, their focus is in other things in life, right? It's about, just we'll figure it out later, and you're very focused, so I have no doubt whatever you put your mind to that you're going to be successful, right? So that's really cool. What's the one thing that you're most excited about when you get to NC State? Like someone you about, or that there's maybe you've read about. Like what is that? What gets you excited about coming either to Raleigh or NC State?
First, just the culture. Like I truly believe that NC State is the next great in the ACC. I'm talking about there's been a history of NC State already. Like it's been kind of up and down. I think right now NC State's about to make a move that I think people are starting to know, and it's about to shock the whole NCAA. And I just want to be a part of that. Like just to set my stone as in that class that we come in and they already have so many players that are starting to build this place up. There's so many greats already with it, but I just want to just join that culture. That's what I'm ready to do. That's what I'm ready to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have a history of great linemen, Icky being the most recent, Garrett Bradbury,
Oh yeah,
Jim Richter,
Joe Tom. Oh no.
The Bird is the what last name I can't remember his first name, but a great line of players there. Are you going to wear 79? That was in your Twitter video that I saw. Is that the plan?
If they allow me to do it, I'm going to wear it. If they allow me to,
okay,
then I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to wear it proud. And
absolutely,
yes, sir. But just matters of just how that's going to go.
Yeah. Have you taken any I think you did take your official,
yeah, I did
right?
Take my official.
Or it was okay. Did you come at all like in your junior year up for like an unofficial or the first time you stepped on campus was just recently when you committed?
First time I came up was that one time on that unofficial that they did, and then
gotcha.
I just did my official in early June. So that was the first 2 times out there.
Any plans on coming up during your senior year? Maybe for a game, maybe on a bye week or.
I got to make it up there for the first home game. I got to make it up there. Even if I'm not going to be at Raleigh, I want to go to the UNC NC State game. I have to go to that, and I'm going to be up there actually in 2 days at Alpha Wolf Camp. I'm going to be up there.
Oh, Alpha Wolf is this weekend. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. I live in Northern Virginia, so I'll be down in Raleigh this weekend for some other things. But it's awesome. I mean, it is. What kind of what is your thoughts about coming into Carter Finley Stadium, like running through that tunnel for the first time through the smoke? Like I'm right now when I'm talking about it to you, I get chills. Like what does that do for you?
I went to a school that had 400 kids my entire high school life, and then I went to Alpharetta, and I haven't even played it down for them. And just walking out there from my official and looking out, and it's not even there was nothing going on. Like it was just me, and I'm just like,
right.
I can't believe this place was filled all the way to the brim with college students and fans and everybody just going crazy. That feeling. I might shed a tear. Who knows? I might.
I'm gonna shed a tear for you. I'm telling you, man. Like you can't even see my armor. I have goosebumps for you, man. I was there a couple months ago at an event at night at Carter Finley, and they had the lights on the field, and I walked out on the club level and just took it all in by myself. It was just thinking, man, this is just the best. Have you ever watched Field of Dreams? Are you familiar with that movie?
Maybe I should watch it.
Yeah, it's an old movie. Great movie though. Yeah, you should definitely watch it. So there's a line where he walks out on it's a cornfield, right? And they tear it down and make a baseball field out of it. And there's a part in that movie where he walks out and goes, "Is this heaven?" And he goes, "No, this is Iowa." So you walk out, you could be, "Is this heaven?" You're like, "No, this is Carter Finley Stadium."
It was a great. It was a great.
Have you seen?
Great view,
go ahead.
That's
Yeah. Have you seen that they're going to have all red lights coming out?
I mean, when we go to the Alpha Wolf Camp, I got to see this. I don't know if they're going to do it for us. I don't know if they're going to do it for us.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person.
I might beg just a little bit, but I have to see that. When I saw the video, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. I showed my wife, and I was just getting hyped. I'm watching it on the couch, going, "Let's go!" They need to start playing tomorrow.
I can't hope for college football to come sooner. Just to see it, but it's gonna be good.
Yes. Yeah. So I got one last question for you. All right. If you have one message for NC State fans, what would it be? What do you want them to know about you? What do you you create? I'll give you 30 seconds to create your own hype video. So give it to me.
Well, I'm Obadiah Obasuyi from Metro Atlanta, and we're about to get this thing rolling. That's what we're about to do, and just know that I will put in the work every day. I'll make sure that my class is a class to remember. And we're just gonna get this thing going. That's all I got to say. We're gonna get this thing going. I think Wolfpack Nation is ready for this. I think they're ready to just see the greatness that's about to come on for the entire school, the entire city.
Yeah,
I am aware And
are you aware we haven't won a championship in 40 years?
I'm already I talk to my players at my school every day about this, and I'm like, I want y'all to y'all might want to just tune in just to see about what's actually about to happen. And it's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's coming sooner than I think most people can actually realize. Yeah.
So you know how you do those Twitter, you get people to do those Twitter things. You need to do one that says Obi 2023 coming soon. That should be your post. You know what I mean?
Right there.
Yeah. All right. Obadiah, I appreciate this so much. I'm glad that you took some time out of your summer to just hang out with an old guy that wanted to talk a little football. Our fans at Tuffy Talk are going to be excited to see this video. They're going to be excited for you coming next year. No, the pleasure is all ours. So you have a great summer.
Yes, sir.
Keep up your good work. Stay healthy. Best of luck in your upcoming season with your team. Wish you nothing but success. Hopefully you can come back with a state championship. And go ahead, real quick before we say goodbye, tell everyone where we can find you at so they can follow you on social media.
You can find me at The Official OB on Instagram. You can find me at Obadiah Obasuyi, just my name right there on Twitter. And you know what? You can find me in Raleigh in 5 months. That's what I can say.
That's what's up. I like it. All right, Wolfpack Nation. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We greatly appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to do all the fun stuff down below. Like, subscribe, share, whatever it is. But we'll see you in the next episode. All right?
Thank you.
Wolfpack out.